Hey everyone, welcome back to Review All the Things. Today we're going to be installing Motorsports QC 3.0 AutoGrip wireless induction charger in my F-150. They sell two different types. You can get one that clamps your phone and is a wireless charger, and then they have the normal ones where you can put a metal sleeve in the back of your phone case and then you can magnetically mount it. I don't like the magnetic mount ones because I don't like putting the sleeve in my phone case. I have a clear phone case, and so you can be able to see the phone. So that's just me. This one is a lot more expensive than the magnetic mount one, and I did buy this. This isn't a paid review. So this is the one that I got, the wireless one that has an auto grip feature. Not exactly sure how it works, but we'll figure it out after we install it, and it'll just grip the phone. The other thing I wanted to get this one because it comes with vehicle specific mounts. So they have a bunch of different types of vehicles. I don't know if they have everything out there, but they have one specific for the F-150. This is a 2018, where we're gonna pop this tray out, and you've seen me do this before if you watch my video on the installation of the trailer brake controller. So we're gonna pop the tray out. We're gonna take two 7mm. There's either 2 or 3 7mm that hold the radio surround trim on. We're gonna pull that forward, and then we're gonna take out one of the bolts that holds the radio in, and then we're gonna put in the mount that comes with the kit. So it's just a little angle mount, and it's gonna go in behind, mounted like that. We're going to put everything back, and it's supposed to fit in there nice and flush. So we'll see. I saw some complaints online that it left a gap here that people didn't like. So we'll check that out when we're done and see how that looks. The other thing the kit comes with is the ball mount and the tool that you need, Allen wrench that you need to install it, so that's what's going to hook into the back to be able to let it pivot. And you also have a cigarette lighter plug if your USB ports aren't powerful enough to power up the wireless charging. I don't know if the ones in this F-150 are going to be able to power it, so we'll find out. And it comes with obviously a USB-C style cable, USB-A to USB-C. Alright, so we're going to start by taking the dash tray out, and I find if you have a pair of like rubber lined neoprene gloves, it helps a lot just to grip this and lift it up. I actually misplaced my trim tool, so I'm using a really thin paint scraper with a microfiber cloth on it. And I'm just going to grab here, and I'm going to pull up until I get a decent sized gap here, and then I'm just going to slide this in. And then gently pop up. There you go. So we released all the clips in the front. And you really don't have to take this out if you don't want to. You just have to be enough to get to the 2 7mm bolts that are in here. Set that to the side. I'm going to bring in, and you can see right here, there's a 7mm bolt right here. There's another one right here, and there's another one right here. And I think you could probably pick whichever one you want. So I'm going to check out to see which one is the best, and then I'm going to install it and I'll let you see what it looks like. Okay. So you do have to install it in the top one. The way this bracket is designed, it's designed to go on the top one, and then there's a little notch out here. Hopefully you can see. When I'm all done, I'll take you in closer so you can see, but it's the only place it'll fit. If you try to put it on one of these, it's not going to line up, so it goes right in there. Okay, so we're going to take this 7mm out. Go. Take it and put the bracket in. Put it in the bracket. And I'm gonna hold it all the way over in place with my finger because the bracket is slotted, so it gives you a little bit of room. But you're going to want this as flush as possible against your trim piece so that it fits between this slot. Okay. So we've got our bracket installed, and then we're just going to do the reverse. We're going to lift up the tray and slide the trim panel back into place. And it does, I guess could be annoying. It does leave a bit of a gap because it pushes the trim panel over a little bit. So there is a little bit of gap there. Let's see if I can live with it. Probably be fine. Put our screws back in. Bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them. And that's it. Now our bracket is in. We're going to put the ball on the end, and we'll finish up this install. So we have our pivot ball. Comes with the Allen wrench, which is for the front, and we need to screw this onto this bracket. The other thing is kind of nice on this bracket on the back side, they kind of thought about it scratching your other trim panel, so there is a little piece of soft foam on the back here, so that's kind of nice that they thought about that. So we're going to screw on our pivot ball. I don't even know if you actually need to tighten it too much. I'm going to snug it up. There we have our pivot. And then we have the adjustment, the pivot adjuster clamp that has to go on, and then that's going to screw on. You're going to clamp it in here, and then this is going to screw on. So I have to put this over the top and put this guy right there, and there we go. So now we have our phone mount installed, and it pivots. And I've used the clamp style that clip into your vents. They work too. I just decided I wanted to try something more permanently mounted. And when I'm sitting, maybe you guys can see, when I'm sitting in the driver's seat, it just barely, it doesn't really get in the way of the view of your screen. Now I use a little counterintuitive for me to get this one because I use Android Auto, and you have to be tethered with a cable to use Android Auto, but it does have a relief here to be able to plug in your regular charging port on your phone. There's another port on the back here, which I probably should have showed you, but it's right here for this cable to do if you don't use Android Auto and you just want to use this for charging, you just hook this cable up to the back port and run it to either your USB, or you have to use their supplied USB adapter if you don't have a USB port, or your USB ports may not be powerful enough to let the wireless charger function. So I'm going to test that here in a minute, but I already have a USB adapter in my power port for my dash cam, so I can just run it to that, and we'll test this out, and that's it. So that's the Course Motorsports automatic clamping wireless charger. So I'm going to check it out and then let you know how it works. Hey everyone, so we've got the Course Motorsports cell phone mount installed completely. I just wanted to take you through the operation. So this is a wireless charger, and in order to make sure the wireless charger comes in contact to the right spot on the back of your phone, it is adjustable for height, up and down. If you read the instructions, it says as you bring your phone up to it, it'll automatically clamp, but you can see it's not doing that. There's two inductive buttons on the side here. They give you your LED status, green for ready and and blue for wireless charging enabled. So as long as if you pass your fingers through those buttons, then it'll clamp. So when you're bringing your phone up to it, you have to contact those buttons, and then it'll start to clamp the phone. And it clamps it nice and sturdy. I like that. So that seems to work well. And if you want to take it off, you just, when you go to grab it, make sure your fingers pass through. So this is an iPhone 13 mini, and it fits nice. When you're sitting in the driver's seat, if you have a smaller phone, it doesn't interfere so much with the screen, but it does take up a little bit of room. So depending on how you're seated or how tall you are, for me, it blocks a little bit of the screen, which I don't like, especially when I have my phone in here, which is a Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is a really big phone, so it does interfere with the screen a little bit. So that's a little disappointing. I would recommend that Course sell either a bracket extender or extend the bracket a little bit to center and I'll show you what it looks like, to center the pivot a little more towards the vent. So if this bracket brought it out to about here, then your mount would be here and you wouldn't have any interference with your screen. So I may try and make a little bracket extender and extend this out so that I have it centered over the vent. For $100, I would like a little bit better fit, and it does create a bit of a gap, but that's okay. I'm going to use it for a little while and see how it holds up, and I'll update everybody in the future with a new video. The one thing I'll say is I thought I had it working with the cable plugged into the USB for the truck. I thought the auto clamp was working, but I've since tried it again, and it's not working. So that tells me, per the instructions, it's not powerful enough to power up fully the charger. So I have it plugged into the power outlet, and it's working just fine. So again, pretty cool. I don't know if it's worth $100, but I'll let you guys know in a month or two how it's holding up, and how well this mechanism keeps working, opening and closing every day, at least twice a day. So don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you on the next one.